Welcome back. Welcome back. Round 4
Yep.
at Game Haven FNM in Riverside, Ohio. We get more for your games.
Yes.
And we're Dayton Magic Club, bringing you all the sweet action here tonight.
And boy, are we about to see something special.
We're real excited about
this is going to be a moment.
You'll recognize, if you've been watching, Eric Schiro.
Yeah. Schiro, the American hero.
He is playing green-white aggro. We saw him win round 1.
Yeah.
Round 1. We saw... No, it was round 2. No, round 1. It was round 1.
It was him. No, round 1 was Kyle and Bruce.
Yes, you're right. So we saw him win round 2 against Mono Red.
Yeah.
Against Logan Dice. He has kept winning. He's at table 1 right now.
Yes.
This is the 3-0 table.
Yeah.
Right now, there are actually only 3 undefeateds. So
okay.
This is this table, and then table 2 is a pair down.
Okay.
So it'll be really interesting to see what happens in the final round, depending on who wins here.
Yeah.
But let's talk about the decks.
Okay.
Eric Shiro's playing green-white aggro.
Right.
Policeman Lions, Voice of Resurgence, Soldier of the Pantheon, whatever. Who cares?
Yeah. Some Tristanis that aren't going to do much.
Yeah. Matt is playing Maze's End.
Boy, howdy.
And he is 3-0.
Is he?
Including beating the Mirror in round 1.
That's like a life achievement. You get a certificate.
Round 1, he played against the exact 75 card Mirror. Mike
Walters
is playing the same deck. They developed it together.
It's funny, Mike's playing Mazes In, and he wrote an article, How to Be Awesome.
Yes.
We have to take that article down now.
We absolutely have to do that.
Yeah.
So this should be really interesting. I think Maze's End is probably favored.
Favorite for who?
I think that Maze's End is favored in this matchup.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Like, I think the Schiro doesn't have a way to interact outside the combat phase.
No.
This Maze's End deck is good at denying the combat phase.
Yeah, unless Eric has, like, Python Needle and a sideboard.
Yeah. And even then, Matt has Naturalizes.
Yeah, so the way Eric wins this, he has, like, a semi-aggressive draw, and Matt doesn't have very many fog effects.
Right. Matt has to brick off. Yeah.
Right.
I agree. Matt leads off with a Guild Gate. Not a surprise.
Who would have thought?
So, yeah, obviously, Maze's End is the deck that plays a million Guild Gates, no basics. Yeah. It's a deck that plays third because all his lands come into play tapped.
Yep.
And just tries to play one of each Guild Gate and a Maze's End and win. Matt also has Crackling Perimeter as an alternate victory condition.
Oh, sweet.
That's the one that lets you tap a Guild Gate to do 1 damage.
To creature or player.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Yeah.
So that is actually probably how I think he's won most of his games tonight.
I would assume so, yeah. Kind of an alternate win condition.
But he's played like 2 control decks, like hard control decks, and they just don't have a plan because he can win a game without ever casting a spell.
Yeah. So at first we thought that this my favorite, the Mazes In deck, but Mazes In, if they don't like hit fog spells,
This is true.
I mean, the beatdown plan is very good.
Yeah.
Because you're not trying to stop them from going off Mazes In, you just want them dead. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So actually,
that is a Druid's Deliverance, fogging, the first of I'm sure many fogs. Schiro does have a pretty good start. He's hitting his drops.
Yeah. This is exactly the kind of start he wants.
Yeah.
I would imagine
that is a Maze's End in play, is it not?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
And then Matt has 2 mana available. He should be hoping that he has a fog effect.
Yeah. Although Schiro doesn't have any reach. So Matt can very comfortably go down to 1 life.
Right.
Which he either chooses to or just doesn't have the fog here. Go to 12. Now the damage is coming in big chunks.
Right.
So.
And I think one of the ways Eric can kind of solidify a victory is that you don't want to play out your guys because these Mazes In decks do play
Wrath.
Verdict.
Yeah, they'll play Wrath effects for sure. And Riot Control. So.
Right. But Schiro, knowing that Matt does not have double white available on that turn, so he feels safe to play 2-1.
Yeah. The thing is, what's happening here is Matt is starting to fog here and untapping Wrath.
Yeah.
Which is, something that's pretty powerful against these aggressive decks that don't have any haste or any burn.
Okay, so yeah, there's the fog. Okay.
Not, of course, an actual fog, but me and our content manager were actually just talking about this deck beforehand and how we are going to take it apart because we didn't think it got any. There's no new fogs or whatever. But here we have Matt 3-0.
Yeah. So do you need more fog?
Maybe not.
Fog's a fog is a fog, right? So
Well, we lost some fogs in the rotation. So
yeah. Did you lose actual fog?
I'm not sure, but I know we lost the werewolf fog.
Which is like the coolest fog.
Yeah, it's werewolf
It's the
fog.
foggiest of the fogs.
Activating a Maze's End here.
Yep. So
He's halfway there. He's halfway home.
The maze is halfway complete.
He wants to take Eric Schiro to the middle of the maze.
The maze. Well, the maze's end.
That's true.
Well, I guess he wants to go to the maze's end,
Yeah.
and then he'll leave Schiro at the beginning.
I don't know how it works.
Worst date ever.
Oh my goodness. So, both these decks are doing what they do.
Yeah, Schiro, and the Mutavault is actually extremely important here.
Yes, it is.
Well, withstand some wraths, but I think if Matt had a wrath,
Oh
yeah, he might
my
not have used
goodness.
it. Oh, is that an Advent of the Worm?
That's an Advent of the Worm.
Okay, so that's 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. It's a legal card. That's good.
So that was good there for Matt to have.
Yeah.
To leave exactly one man up with one mana fog. He
Yeah.
knows how to play this deck.
Yeah, yeah. He knows what's up. I mean,
Wrath would be very good. Shiro's got cards in hand. He's got many cards in hand.
Schiro does, yeah.
Yeah,
he's probably holding back in case of a wrath.
Yes, for sure.
And the Mutavault definitely helps out there. So Matt is trying to assemble the pieces.
Joe, could we get our players to maybe move the board a little over? We're missing some of the lands on the end there.
We move it down.
Towards you.
Yeah, we can't see like the black life total on the mat. So if they could do that, that'd be fantastic.
But until then, we will continue to offer some coverage here with our incomplete information, Joe.
Looking at you, Plank.
And there we go.
Oh,
There we go.
okay. We saw some hand motions and then
There we are.
Okay, very good.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so
this just keeps track of how many guild gates there are. Is why I thought it was important in this particular matchup.
He has 5 out of the 10, and they're all unique guild gates, which is ideal. You don't want like 3 Orzhov.
Hey, a fog.
Hey, look.
that might be a riot control.
Oh, that's even better. Right?
That is the best fog in the deck.
Because you gain life.
You gain life.
Okay,
yeah, that was a riot control.
If I'm Schiro right now, I want to like break the table in this because this is extremely frustrating.
I can't even imagine.
It's the worst.
It's the absolute worst. Let's see what we got here. Oh, he's saying he gets a token because of the
fog, which is true. Oh, they're probably trying to figure out how much life he's going to gain.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So he would gain the life as though the token was in play. Because the trigger would go into the stack and then the spell resolves. So,
yep.
Yeah.
Just figuring that out there.
Yep.
That is a good token.
What is on that token?
I believe that is Bambi.
Okay. Does Bambi get bigger?
Because it's a stag. And it's like I'm not going to worry about it too much.
Right.
Yeah,
I wish there was more to say about the matchup. But really, I mean, it's pretty simple. Both players trying to do. Eric just wants to beat down every turn, hope Matt misses with the fog, and Matt needs to hope he has a fog.
Yep.
Or a Supreme Verdict to get back.
Yes. Terminus is gone. So you used to have Terminus and Supreme Verdict, especially after board, but that you no longer have that option. He is casting a main phase spell, which is there are very few main phase spells you're going to cast.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, though.
Shiro's going to gain a life.
Shiro is going to get a voice token.
Yes.
And have a Mutavault.
Yeah, absolutely.
So he's still. I mean, okay, that's like a 5-turn clock.
It's still a clock.
It's still a clock.
I mean,
it's better than nothing.
Assembling the mazes in takes time.
It does.
Know, like so 5 turns might be all that Eric needs, and I'm assuming Eric has action in his hand.
Yes, he does have many cards. So our total is 20 to 21, turn 11.
Wow. And one of these players is playing a beatdown deck.
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, here Eric in the turn makes a guy.
Yep.
So his token will be a 3/3.
Yep.
And he can bash it for 7, which is not a 3-turn clock.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is a huge difference.
Huge difference. Especially with Matt getting ever closer to showing. And that's 2 mazes ends, correct?
Yes. But
so
he can't activate it.
That's true. Yeah. But it does mean that.
So yeah, Schiro beating down for 1, 2, 3, 6.
Looks like it might be 6.
Yeah. And
leaving back the token.
Leaving back the god too. Well, obviously he can't play the god, but. And the God's not very good in this
No,
matchup either.
not
Yeah.
particularly good.
I'd imagine that comes out.
Yeah, I think that'd be the first card I'd be looking to cut. Um, Curious why that token didn't attack. Didn't have summoning sickness, did it?
That is correct.
Okay. I mean, not that it's outrageously
Does it have
relevant, but-
vigilance? It has vigilance.
Oh, so
Yeah.
obviously, absolutely.
Yeah.
Of course it attacked. Go
Okay,
on.
so Matt taking 8, going on to 12, and he's
This will
going
be
to
his 7th guild gate.
he's going to take another step into the maze.
Yep.
He has a bunch of cards in his hand too.
He does. The thing about this guild gate deck is that it only plays one spell a turn. You know, so like it can go on forever and still hold up cards.
Right. So this is at the end of turn, right?
I believe this is the end of turn.
Okay.
I believe.
So Matt's gonna be able to untap, replay a Mazes End. He can search up one of more guild gate, and then
Go
on
to
the following
8 guild
turn,
gates. Win the game.
Right. Yeah. Well, can he? Because he won't have the Mazes End in play.
Maze's End triggers. It's weird the way Maze's End is
Right.
worded.
Okay. Yeah.
It on resolution of its ability,
Okay.
you win the game.
Okay.
So it is return it to your
see,
hand,
okay.
search out a guild gate, and then if you have all 10, you
I
win.
get you. So it's not like if you had all 10, then played a Mazes End, you win.
Yeah,
Right.
it actually
Okay.
has to return to your hand and finish resolving its
I
effect.
get you. Okay. So a stifle.
It is, yeah, it's a bizarre,
Yeah.
kind of unique way that that's worded. I like the way that Matt has his lands laid out here.
Yeah, that's really helpful, actually.
Is he tapped out?
Maybe this. So he was, and then Schiro played some guys, and then won because his token group. Here.
Yep.
Okay, so it's dangerously close, though.
Dangerously
right?
close,
Yeah.
absolutely. Matt had 8 guild gates. He was 1 turn away from winning the game. And either just ran out of fogs or took the long shot line where, give him 1 turn to set up a win.
And if he didn't have it, he would have won on the fog.
Absolutely. So that's the Maze's End deck. Fogs, a Wrath of God, and a bunch of guild gates.
And the Maze's End itself.
So Matt's going to have a better sideboard for this match than Eric, just because this is a matchup he was expecting to face, and Eric was not. So he's looking at his board. He's looking for anything that'd be good. It's hard to say what would be good.
Right.
Poison Needles would be good, but I don't think he has them.
Right. I don't think Schiro cited any cards.
No, I think that is very reasonable.
Yeah, I mean, no one shows up with Mazes in your brain unless it's a deck that's extremely popular.
Yeah.
Or you play. And Mazes is not very popular here.
So
we have 2 people playing it tonight.
Yeah. So, he already has all of his Advent of the Worms and Celestial Charms in the main deck, which are your instant speed threats. So just nothing to board in.
Yeah.
Now I'm curious what the Maze's End deck has. If you're not starting the full sweepers, you obviously bring those in.
Right.
I know some variations of the deck used to run the Mill 10 Jace.
Okay.
As an alternate picture condition.
Yeah. And it's important.
As Joe points out, if he has Anger of the Gods,
that seems very good.
Very good here.
Yeah. I wonder if the Perimeter is a sideboard card.
Good question. We didn't see it.
Yeah.
Not that it would be particularly good. Shiro's creatures are pretty big.
Yeah.
Although he probably could have ended the game in like 2 turns, so it's a faster clock there. Anger of the Gods would be very good. Deals with the token that is pretty much what killed him that game was he lost to Voice of Resurgence.
Yes.
Just surviving the Wrath and then getting out of control. Actually pretty quickly. Schiro had a bunch of threats left in his hand, plus the Mutavault.
Yeah.
And turned what would have been a 5-turn clock into what turned out to be a 2-turn clock.
Yeah. So this kind of shaped up to be a really good matchup for Schiro. What's important to note out is that the fogs and stuff, if you're playing against mono red, it's a kind of a different setup, right? So if you fog with like a burn spell in the stack, it acts as a counter spell, right? So you can't get those points back.
That's correct.
Shiro's sources of damage remain in play,
and they're big.
Yes.
Well, something to point out is that fog doesn't prevent typically burn spell damage. It typically says prevent all combat damage available this turn.
I'm sorry. I mean, like holding back for a supreme verdict.
Yeah. So like the thing that some of the mono red or red based aggro decks have is that you don't have to fog as often. You take in maybe 6 damage on the round
instead of
instead of
26 or
yeah
whatever. Yeah.
from Shiro's big guy. Now Shiro starts with a 1-drop here, which is important,
Yeah, he wants to put the pressure on mana.
and his life total is completely irrelevant at this point, so he can just play all the shock lands he wants.
Yes. That's an imposing sovereign.
Not particularly good here.
I wonder if Matt plays one of the gatekeepers.
There's the one that gains life that seems
Yeah.
like it'd be fairly good.
It has a big old butt.
Mhm.
So it can get in front of most of the creatures that probably locks on Smiter.
And gain potentially a whole bunch of life.
Exactly, yeah. And again, Matt's just trying to buy some time here.
Nope.
He doesn't have amazes in it, but he doesn't really need it yet.
Nope, doesn't have to fog yet either.
Right.
That's a good one.
Yeah, Shiro's doing his best job to put the pressure on Matt.
Absolutely.
And Matt does have his double white, so if he does have a Supreme Verdict, then
he's only 2 turns away from casting it.
Yeah.
So, looks like that might be a Supreme Verdict in his hand.
Mm-mm. Not gonna be able to cast it this turn, obviously, but
yeah, he needs a blue. He's got a blue source.
Yeah,
but
so
there's also a white source.
Yeah, so he'll take either a white or a blue source, and it'll.
Right.
Unfortunately, he did not get that.
Nope. And he's taking another hit.
Yeah, so Matt is in some trouble here. He needs to find some fogs. He needs to find.
I think it's fairly likely that he has fogs and is just not fogging yet. He has no need to yet.
Right.
And we might start seeing a series of fogs
starting now.
Starting now.
Yeah.
Now he is in danger of dying.
Yeah.
So
the Selesnya Charm could.
Yeah.
Break through. So
now if he's got fogs, he's going to play fogs, and we'll see how that goes. Looks like he has some, taking his time to figure out what the sequence here is.
Right.
Play the correct guild gate is important. Now it's a duplicate guild gate, but he needs the white mana.
So cast Supreme first. So what's interesting here is Matt has to have fog here because if he doesn't, he can wrath the board, but then Eric can follow out with a Selesnya Charm end of turn.
Yep.
And then deal the last 2 points.
Yep. Shiro serving in like his deck is wont to do.
So Matt needs to fog here, I would imagine. He has the riot control. So
looks like it's going to be riot control here.
Yeah. And Schiro will get a trigger from the.
Yep.
So
Man, Voice Resurgence is pretty good against this Mace's End deck.
Yeah, so Matt goes up to 12. And that's
Immune Vault. Now, this is exactly the kind of situation Schiro crafted in game 1 to beat Supreme Verdict.
Yes.
And he's doing exactly what he needs to do to beat it again here. So if Matt does Wrath here, let's say he plays Supreme Verdict.
Okay.
He's still under a lot of pressure. So he needs
to
potentially even have a turn where he Wrath and still has a fog. He needs or running Wraths. There's a lot of things that he needs to go
we're
right.
not certain Matt even has a Wrath.
That's correct.
So that's interesting. So if he didn't have the Wrath, why would he want double white?
That's a good question.
So maybe he does have the Wrath. He just wants to bait Schiro into playing more guys.
That's very possible.
Which is reasonable.
Yeah.
Right.
If you're going to fog one way or the other.
Yes.
There's a fog. Get another token.
Yep.
Tokens aren't real relevant if you're planning on wrathing. You have as many as you want.
Yeah. Matt's going for bonus points on the Wrath.
How many
creatures he can get?
Voice of Resurgence tokens he gets to murder at once.
How many Bambis he's going to...
It's terrible.
Verdict supremely.
It's awful.
It happens.
So I think that a good sign that he has Anger the Gods is he gets a red mana source here.
Yeah.
Which he does.
Okay.
So, if he plays another red mana, he can Wrath and untap and Anger.
Yeah.
He's still under pressure from that Mutavault, but it goes a long way. He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 distinct guild gates, so he's halfway there.
Yep.
So he's just got to start, obviously he's trying to craft a game plan that has him survive another 6 turns.
Right.
That's the name of the game right now.
Yes.
Well, it looks like it's going to be hard.
Yeah, it's not going to be easy, but it just depends how kind his draw step is to him.
For sure. He could draw 6 fogs.
Yeah.
That's not impossible.
I think Matt has a Sphinx's Revelation in his hand, which is pretty interesting.
These decks do often play Sphinx's Revelation.
Okay.
As a way to draw more fogs.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's all you want to do, right?
That's the turbo element of the turbo fog.
It's a turbo fog, yeah.
Drawing more fogs.
Okay, so
Is that a supreme verdict? It looked like a supreme
That's
verdict
a
to me.
gold
That one
card.
right there, I think, might be. Like, you at home can't see what I was pointing at, but that looked like a supreme verdict to me.
yeah, I think there's 2 gold cards. One being a Saints' Revelation.
But you'd really rather have Anger of the Gods here.
Yeah. Okay, so there's the verdict, which is fine.
Yep.
It means that Matt probably does not need to fog on the following.
That's true.
deck,
He can take a turn off from fogging.
which is big.
Yes.
That's,
Every turn you don't have to fog is a turn you can draw an extra fog.
yeah, you want to try to be as okay. Well,
Now he's got a fog.
okay, now a fog is probably okay. So this is gonna
even
be,
with a Celestial Charm, he can actually go to 1 here if he chooses.
well, a double
to.
Celestial Charm will do it though.
That's true.
So
I think have a fog, you fog.
yeah, I would fog here. It's just scary enough. All right, Celestial Charm 1.
He can still
has to
he
have
can
the
respond. Oh nope, he does not have
do
it.
we have the? Are we bad at math? Go back in time. I don't want to know. Wait, I
think he doesn't have the fog.
Wait, so Matt was at? Yeah, I'm bad at math.
Yeah, no, he was
what it
dead.
Yeah, okay.
He could have gone to 1 without the Celestial Charm. Celestial
I
Charm.
see. Okay, for some reason I thought he needed to. Okay.
No, because the Magma Jet, the Mutavault pumped the Muta of
Of
Voice
course.
Surgeon.
Yeah. Okay. So if did Matt have a fog? I didn't see.
If he would have had a fog, he would have played it.
That's true. Yeah.
I mean, like, there's just no way around it.
Yeah.
So, that's the end of round 4.
Yes.
Matt goes to 3-1 with Maze's End, and now what's interesting, Schiro is an undefeated 4-0.
Yeah.
If table 2, if they lost the
player who got paired down.
If he lost his pair down, Schiro would become the only undefeated.
Yeah, and he would have to play it.
He had to play it out.
Right. Unless his opponent's willing to draw, which happens.
Yeah. So we'll talk about what they're playing for real quick. First place tonight's going to get $63.
That's pretty good.
Pretty good. Second place is going to get $36.
Also pretty good.
Fourth place gets $22.
Yeah, third
and fourth, yeah. And then fifth through eighth get $9, or almost double your money back. Not bad.
That's pretty good.
Not bad.
Return.
Worth playing for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And you get to try out the new Sweet Standard format. This is kind of like a low pressure situation where you try out. You're not sure. You're not sure what cards are good, what cards are bad. So.
Oh well, that match didn't go the way that I thought it would. I thought the Wraths and Fogs would be a pretty good counter to what Schiro was doing. Right. Voice Resurgence was huge both games.
Yeah,
that was definitely the card that Matt just could not beat.
Yeah, I was thinking about it. At first we did think that maybe Matt had an edge, but as soon as like Schiro started playing guys,
they're big.
And I was just like, oh wait a minute, Shiro's playing dudes. He's gonna attack every turn.
Yep.
Like, and yeah, as Joe points out, Advent of the Worm really, really good.
Really good
it's
here.
A very strong follow-up to a Supreme Verdict.
Absolutely.
That you usually have to tap.
I think he had it both times too, didn't he?
I think so.
I think
yeah.
So that Matt was looking to buy a turn of respite with the Supreme Verdict, he just never got it.
Right. And in the first game, if Matt had maybe one more turn, he might have been able to get there.
Yeah.
But as it turned out,
did not happen.
Schiro didn't allow it.
Nope. Well, that was round 4. Be sure to check back with us here in a little bit when round 5 goes live, the 5th and final round of FNM here at Game Haven. And we will see you guys then.